And Tony Mepham is in the studio to talk through some football. How are you today, Tony?
Fine, thank you.
Weather?
Yeah, weather's good. It's a little bit dark out there. But just while we're talking about the weather, don't forget, next week we're okay. We're 2:30 kickoffs, but the week after we're going to 2 o'clock when the weather gets a bit darker.
Makes sense.
Sarky.
Okay, so we mentioned yesterday that this seemed to be a week of not necessarily tight games, really, but it looks like quite a lot went on today. So starting in the Prem, we have Ayr 3, Douglas Athletic 2.
I'm going to pass on to the hockey correspondent for this one because his comment downstairs was actually absolutely spot on. Let's have a look at the main result today. Marown 1, St George's 0. Just explain what you said to me downstairs, Sam.
Unbelievable, stunning result. That's 2 weeks on the bounce. The 2-2 draw against Russian last week.
1-1, yeah.
And now they've beat another title challenger in Geordies. I mean, that's just outstanding. I don't think I've heard of that in the 5-6 years I've been doing this hockey correspondent job.
Well, that just shows you what an important result it is, because battling at the bottom of the table as well, with Old Boys winning today, if Marown had lost, that would have been a huge gap for Marown and St John's to try and claw back. But today, I've said it before. What are they doing
right?
I don't know. Whatever David Brew has said to them, fair play to him, because he's getting the results for them. Last week, 1-1. Owen Hurt got the goal, but certainly today. And Connor Gilbert, no wonder, I've just sent a text to his dad to try and find out the combi score, and they're probably still dancing around the house celebrating that result. And I believe it was 47 minutes, so it was 2 minutes. Well, when I say 47, it was in the first half, 2 minutes into injury time. But that's an amazing scoreline against St George's, and Marown now putting a bit of pressure on the teams around them, because Peel lost today, so they're coming back down into that. St John's lost, so it's a real tussle for that second place. I think it does look as if St John's are going to have a dramatic change of fortune in the second set of fixtures to stay in this league. But the other one now, that's getting as interesting, is at the top of the table.
Marown seems to be a real underdog story. I'm just imagining Cool Runnings, like when they go to the Olympics and no one everyone doesn't sort of think much of Jamaica, and then of course they become the fan favourites. So that's
this
how
is
I'm
you want.
thinking of
And
Marown.
to be honest with you, I looked at the team sheet for last week, and when I went through it and I touched on it at lunchtime, there's a bit of like middle-age group players there, sort of 25-ish, so they should be sort of coming to their prime now. But there's a glut of young players, and when they signed Nathan Tier, and even Owen Hurt, because he comes from good stock, that's Nick's son, and he's been a good goal scorer already. And when I saw Nathan Tier sign, I thought, well, that's worth quite a few points per season to them, because Nathan is a top goalkeeper, and I think if someone could get a hold of him and coach him, a goalkeeping coach, maybe Pob could do something with him. I know he's done bits and bobs with him, but it's there. You can see it's there. He's played for the Island under 18s, but he's just had a couple of nasty injuries. I think one was his ankle and something else, and I think someone just needs to get a hold, because the number one position on the Isle of Man is open for grabs, I think. You've got Matthew Quirk there, you've got Glenn Walker, two fantastic goalkeepers, Dean Kearns as well. But I'm looking for the next one. And Harry Horbury, as good a goalkeeper he is, Harry's always going to, the height of him, but Nathan's got the lot. He's 6'3", 6'4". But I just wonder about the Ramsey goalkeeper as well, because when I watched him against St Mary's, he's a young lad, and I just thought he's got something about him. So it's good signs for the island teams, FC Isle of Man as well, for younger goalkeepers coming through the system. It's nice to see.
Good. Let's go through these results then in the Prem. So starting with Ayr versus Douglas Athletic. Ayr 3, Douglas Athletic 2.
No doubt about it. The star today was Danny Oram. He got a hat-trick. Great performance by him. We haven't got Douglas Athletic's goal scorers. They're probably licking their wounds. But another important 3 points for Ayr United, and well done to Danny.
Corinthians 2, Ramsey 1.
Yeah, and it was a tight old game, this one, and Dan Simpson scored after 3 minutes, so it was looking, a good start for Corinthians. But then Ramsey equalised. Sean Doyle got the opportunity from the penalty spot, and Sean's class held his nerve, and he scored. Sean got a header, which you'd expect, 6'4", 6'5", to make it 3-1. And then Ramsey got another goal back. I don't know the goal scorers. We're trying to find out who got the Ramsey scores. I've sent a text, nothing's come through yet. But it doesn't matter. 3-2, it's a title game. I watched Ramsey a couple of weeks ago. I get that scoreline. You know, Corinthians had
Good
to be
result
careful.
that for Ramsey.
It's a cracking result, and Ramsey are a good side. You know, if I was sort of part of the Ramsey setup, I'd be happy with what I saw 2 weeks ago. And here you are, they just got beat by St Mary's 1-0, and here they are against the league leaders and only losing in theory 1-0. I'd be happy enough with that.
It's a year of the underdogs.
Could be.
Then we've got Laxey 1, Douglas Old Boys 6.
Well, you look at that one as well, because Laxey are higher up in the table, Old Boys. But again, Old Boys, we've touched on that the team is a lot stronger. You know, Robbie Ward, I believe, was immense last week against Corinthians, and today he scored 2 more goals, so he's playing really well. Darren Flanagan, who signed for them, he's actually a referee, but chose to play. Flanny's always scored goals, but Mikey Booth, again, he's another one, proven goal scorer for Old Boys, so it's been a great day for them. 4-1 at half-time, 6-1 at the end. Chris Asbridge it was who got the goal for Laxey.
Of course, we've mentioned the huge result Marown 1, St George's 0. So we'll move on to St John's 1, Russian 5.
And I believe this was quite tight at one stage because I think...
1-1 at half-time.
Yeah, I think St John's might have taken the lead through player-manager Callum Taggart. Well done, Callum. And then Furu Davies got one to make it 1-1. Furu got 2 in the second half. Sam Ingham lashed an own goal in as well, so that doesn't help. I'll give you a bit of ribbon on that one, Sam. Jordan Watterson got a goal for Russian as well. Probably what didn't help matters, and I don't know what stage of the game he got sent off. Kieran Brock got sent off for St John's, so they're down to 10. Don't know how long for, but the important thing for Russian is another win and puts them back on track.
We've just had a text in from Anthony, thank you Anthony, who says Lee Ford scored a top corner free kick for Douglas Athletic, but he's not sure on the other scorer.
Thank you.
Says good game to the ref, so thank you very much for that. Excellent. Anthony. And then we have St Mary's 2, Peel 1. Another good score for Peel. You know, it was 1-1 at half time.
Yeah, it was, but you got St Mary's 2, Peel 1, so obviously Peel, I've got where they'll be disappointed. Tom Wood scored on 29 minutes, but then Dan Bell had a penalty, and I think he could have made it 2-2, but the penalty was saved, so well done to Kirill Valev. I'm delighted to see Danny back playing. I think that might be his first game this season, maybe, because he's missed an awful lot through injury. But Stevie Priestnell, he's picked up. Stevie's 34, 35. I might be being a bit too kind to him there, but he scored one. And I've got Sammy Gellan got the other one. So, you know, good 3 points for St Mary's. I haven't had a chance to look at the league tables, but on my reckoning now, I think St Mary's have qualified. I think Russian have qualified, and Corinthians qualified last week for the Railway Cup. So that's brilliant because I love Boxing Day. I love watching the Railway Cup final, and it looks as if you know, we're going to have our 4 team out. St George's with the other team we're looking at. We'll do our sums and check on that one, but we're nearly there.
Moving on to Div 2, we've got Braddon 1, Ramsey Youth Centre 0.
That's another big shock. That's for Division 2, and Jamie Spicer's the one that's got it. So well done, Jamie. Whoever refereed today, congratulations. Massive reports coming in from clubs to say how well you did. And Ramsey Youth Centre will be gutted because with Union Mills winning, you know, that gap is now, 4 points between the top 2. And then the teams below them after that, it's, you know, it was 5 at lunchtime. So, again, we'll look at the league tables later on, but that's a massive shock for Youthy.
Someone also messaged in, sorry, just to say that game was well refed as well.
Yeah, so well done to, I'll have a look at the appointments after, but well done to them, whoever it was. It's good to hear.
Colby 3, Castletown 2, and it's a game of the edges. Jordan Edge on one side, Mike Edge on the other.
Yeah, it was funny because it came through. He said, "Oh, Edge has scored." I said, "Which one?" Because there's one playing for each side. So I don't know who got it. But Jordan Edge, we've got down as a goal, but I don't know if he got a hat-trick. So if someone could text us through, please, 166177. But James Dawson got one, and Mike Edge. You know, Mike's very experienced, and it's good to see him being able to play for Castletown and sort of play his trade onto the young lads that are there. So Castletown unlucky. But Colby got out of jail a bit, and it keeps them in touch with the teams at the top of the table.
Then we've got Foxdale 0, Union Mills 6.
Yeah, some good finishing in this one. And to be fair, I thought at half-time it could have been 5-6-0. because Union Mills' Sam Kane last week got 5. He was guilty of 2 or 3 golden opportunities today. He got one in the end when Ryan Kelly sort of played the ball into him and he managed to tuck it away. Luke Booth got 3. 2 were sweet finishes. Jordan Crawley as well, sweet left peg, put it in. As we touched on, Sam Kane got one, and unfortunately Tom Corlett got an own goal. Not a lot you could do about it. Goal was goal bound, or the shot was goal bound, and he tried to turn it away, couldn't get it wide, and into the goal it went. So Foxdale will be disappointed. They didn't really create too many chances, so it's back to the drawing board for them, and it's just not quite there for them this year. But the positives I would take from it, you're playing against the best side, I think, in Division 2, and today it's showed again with that scoreline, and Foxdale, promotion with Ramsey centre losing, it's not a no chance situation, but it's made it a little bit harder for them.
Jims 0, Onken 1.
Tight game. Just shows you how much Jims have improved over the last 2 or 3 results. And Paul Whitley, Onken have got to thank. He got the goal for Onken. Not too sure what half he got it in.
And then we've got Michael 2, Governors Athletic 5.
Yeah, I don't know how the scoring went, but I know custodian Matsaroff got 1. Reese Westwell got a goal. Alan Chizzo got 2. And Kostov Lazarov got a goal as well. Pinto got one of the goals for Michael, but another good 3 points for Governors. 3 last week, 3 this week.
And unfortunately, the Pulrose and Maloo game didn't go ahead because Pulrose couldn't field a team. We've got a message in from someone who says, fair play to the 8 lads from Pulrose who turned up willing to play against Maloo today. Some good lads in that club who deserve the most respect for trying.
Well, they do, and I've spoken to Pulrose about this. There's not a lot you can do. When players are going to say they're going to turn up, they don't turn up. They had 8. 2 were carrying injuries, but they came. And just said, it's going to be so tough. We're not going to be able to run around 11 against 8. And let's face it, 130 goals conceded in 10 games. It wasn't going to be easy. So one of the other players turned up, which made it 7 because the other 2 had gone. I know Maloo will be absolutely gutted not to get a game of football, but this is desperation stage now for Pulrose. There's a plea now for any players out there who just want a game of football. Get in touch with an official from Pulrose Football Club, or if not, get in touch with the Alaman FA or myself, and we'll guide you to the right person to speak to at Pulrose. But this is a great club. It's a really good club, full of good history. When you think of the trophies that they won, just over 2 years ago, got promoted and everything. And at the moment, the players have left them, and that, we're not knocking the players that left, but this is a great club, and we want to keep them going. So if there's anyone out there, even as a group 2 or 3 years, just help this club out to the end of the season. Then they can regroup and build again. But today it just couldn't be helped, and the points will be awarded to Maloo.
Moving on to Combi 1, and I don't have the score for Douglas Athletic versus Ayr yet.
No, we haven't got it yet. I've sent, unless something's come through, just give me 2 seconds if you wouldn't mind, because some have come through. But it's, again, if clubs can... get the results through to us now. There's nothing come through on that one. It does help. I know it'll be easier when it's 2 o'clock kick-off, but no, we still haven't got that Athletic against Ayr game in.
If you do have it, just text us 166 177. It'd be great to hear from you. Ramsey 0, Corinthians 8.
Yeah, and it was 2-0 at half time, so a great second half performance. I'm amazed at this one because Ed Walters, the manager, and he's a top man, but Joe Middleton got 5. And Joe's a special player. He's a young lad who's learning, and big things are expected for him at Corinthians. Joe Marquez is another one. He got a goal. Mark O'Neill got one, but this is the one I'm getting, is Kane Riding scored from the penalty spot, but man of the match. There's not very often someone scores 5 goals and doesn't get man of the match. So big mention for Kane. Well done, Kane. Great result for Corinthians. And, Ramsey unfortunately come across the league leaders. That's played 10, won 10.
Douglas Old Boys 4, Laxey 3.
And it was Max Gelling, who got 2. And Dean France got 2. 1-1 at half time. 4-3 at the end. I've tried to get Laxey scorers, but unfortunately we haven't got them through yet.
Haven't yet got the score for St George's versus
We've
Marown.
got it now. Thank you, Mr. Myers. Johnny Myers has just sent it through. He thinks it's 9-0. Morgan Naylor with 4. Kean got 1. Chris Walsh got one, Kieran Chew, Iliam Long, and there was an own goal from them too. So thank you, Johnny, for getting that score through. And we think it's 9-0, but if we've got it wrong, just confirm it, it'll be good.
And there were hat-tricks galore in the final game. Russian 15, St John's 1.
Yeah, Russian are a strong combination one side. And today, Aaron Hawley rolling back the clock. He got 4. Josh Tower got 4. Josh Dudley got 3. Another promising young player coming through. Jack Saxon, good to see you back playing. Jack got 1. Andrew Moods got 1. And Jake Kelly and Kyle Lunn. So good performance by Russian. St John's couldn't live with them, unfortunately, in that game.
And just before we move on, going back to JCK Division 2, we've just had a text in asking, will the Paul Rose game be replayed, or do Malone miss out on a hatful of goals?
Yeah, unfortunately, Malone miss out. Rules are rules, and the game wasn't fulfilled. It can't be rearranged, and they miss out. It's just the way it goes. It's unfortunate.
I haven't yet got the score for Combi 2, Ramsey Youth Centre versus Braddon.
Just got it now through. Thank you, Andy Black. And again, it's right. We've got the goal scorers. Ramsey Youth Centre 8, Braddon 0. Max Sybil with 4. Evan Johnston got 1. Carl Sale got a goal. Andrew Crowe got 1. And Mark McClurg got 1 as well. Well done, Mark. 8-0. And thanks, Andy, for getting the score through to us.
The Castletown and Colby game was postponed, so Union Mills 5, Foxdale 0.
And it was Jack Murray with 1. Owen Sherman got a goal. Ben Evans got 2. And Jason Gatt got the other goals, 5-0. And just got Ramsey's goal scorers in for the Premier League. Dylan Pickles with both. That was against Corinthians in that Canada Life Premier League game.
I haven't yet got the scores for Oncombe versus Gyms.
No, I haven't got that one through.
Okay. And then Governors Athletic 3, Michael 3.
Yep, got that score spot on, but unfortunately we haven't got any more information on that fixture.
Okey-dokey. Well, let's just throw ahead to what's on tomorrow, because you've still got some football to enjoy. So in the women's, we've got Douglas Royal versus Corinthians, and also Douglas Old Boys versus Peel.
Yeah, that's the start of the Floodlit Cup. What happens now is that the women have played 6 games on grass. So now we go into the Floodlit Cup because obviously the pitches are in good nick at the moment, but normally they start to struggle, and it's the start of it. It's a repeat basically of the fixtures as they were at the start for the grass. So Corinthians had the better Royal on that day, the first game of the season, but tomorrow could be completely different. Shorter time. And played on the floodlights is always something special. So, yeah, we'll see how they go. And the other game as well will be a tight affair, but at least it's on Astro, so you know it's going to go ahead.
Yeah, well, good point. And then in the Masters, we've got Union Mills versus Ramsey Youth Centre, Peel versus Oncombe, and Colby will take on Governors Athletic.
Yeah, and I think the Colby Governors Athletic is the one everyone's looking at, because Governors Athletic have got a really strong Masters team. Colby have dominated a little bit Masters football over the last 2 or 3 years. So I know Colby are short a few now. There's a few retired and old injuries and stuff. But I know Governors are really chipping away to try and win this league title. So it'll be interesting tomorrow night to see the scores.